What's good, everybody? My bad, everybody. My bad. I'm sorry about that. Um, had a little bit of difficulties, but we got it. We got it going. We got it going. So, guys, I'm about to introduce our guest for the interview. Um, I've been talking about it all week. His name is Doenut Factory. I started following this channel this week, and I fell in love with it, guys. He's very, very good. Everybody, make sure you guys stay good in the comment section. Have fun. I'm gonna take at least 5 questions at some point during the interview and allow you guys to ask him any questions you want to ask him. Go over to his channel and check him out. But without further ado, guys, about to bring on Doenut Factory.
What up, Roberto?
Doenut, what's up, man?
Nothing much. Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Hold on 1 second. My headphones. Let me get my headphones.
I'm going to share this out to my Facebook real quick. What up, everybody? It's Doenut, and I'm excited to be here. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Roberto Conspiracy Files. We talk about all the same content, so this is going to be a fun chit chat.
All right, guys. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, I can hear you now. I don't know what's going on with my phone. Well, sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. They all the subscribers. Like I said, a little bit of difficulties, but y'all know how the internet is these days. But I'm happy to have you on the show, man. I've been watching your videos. I've been watching your videos all week. I'm not even gonna lie.
I've been watching your videos all week too, bro. So
that's good to hear. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody. Let them know a little bit about yourself, and then we'll jump into it.
So I'm Doenut. I'm pretty much Roberto in a different form. We talk about all the same stuff. I was scrolling through your catalog on YouTube, and you still got a lot of videos up that like I had to take down. So you're lucky right now because you're flying past the AI algorithm. So I'm gonna try to keep my language with that in mind. But I talk about conspiracies. I do it in a fun way, not in a fear way. I bring that joy, positive energy, and I cover Illuminati celebrities. I go into the people who are controlling the world, like these elite level people that these celebrities who are, a lot of these celebrities and rappers are dope, and I like they got swag. I like them, but they are connected to some big players on a global scale, and that's not by coincidence. And so I would just connect the dots. I'm into symbolism as well. I used to make music videos and come from that like part of life. And then the whole lockdown happened. So I started talking about what I thought was going on because there wasn't many people talking about it. And then I just started gaining a lot of views, and that's what people wanted to hear about. And that's something I nerded out on for decades, the whole conspiracy field for decades before. But yeah, so it's fun. I like the research.
Oh, that's what's up, man. How long have you had your channel? Like, how long have you been doing the conspiracies on your channel?
It's been a year. I've been doing it probably a year and a couple months now.
Dang, you grown pretty fast. Like you got you got a lot of subs. Your views are consistent on your videos, and then you put a lot of work into your content too. And then you actually you know what you're talking about. And I was really impressed. Like I was like you can't just watch one video. You got to go through at least 3 or 4 of them. So I'm sitting there watching them. Um, like I said, I know you put a lot of work into it. And the thing I tell everybody I talk to is like it's hard to get people to actually want to speak out about this stuff and stay consistent with it, because some people will do it and they start getting a little bit of money, sponsors, and then they flip the whole ball game on everybody that was supporting them, and then the content doesn't become the same. And then some people are just scared in general to talk about this stuff and actually go into detail because you get censored. I got banned so many times from YouTube for a week, 2 weeks. I
Oh,
get
bro.
every time I try to apply for monetization to get monetized, which they keep denying me. I don't know how you got monetized. They
I know
keep
how.
denying me.
Yeah, I know ways around it. But yeah, I've been doing videos for other companies for YouTube channels, big 500,000 subscriber YouTube channels for the last 8 years and longer. So I know how to get the views, how to make a thumbnail, what to talk about, how to edit. So like I already knew. So like I've been doing the conspiracy thing for a year, but I knew how to push it. But I've been doing the music video thing, working for underground rappers, a lot of
Okay.
underground hip hop is what I've been in. So I've never been in the front of the camera for the last 10 years and longer. I've been behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, man. So you've been around the YouTube scene just in different ways, like one of those
Yeah.
guys that's like hidden behind the scenes type thing.
And like I put my channel under a comedy channel. I stay away from any news or politics or anything like that.
Ah,
Yeah. So I try to make it like a comedy thing. The algorithm is an AI algorithm that picks up on monotone, like the tone of your voice. If you're angry, it'll pick that up. So if someone's yelling, then it'll pick it up. So I'm always chilling. So that's a good thing too. But I get in trouble. Facebook banned my 500,000 viewer page, and I created a new one. This way, it's important to get emails, get email list, and stay connected and keep going, because we are all connected to God. And if the Facebook shuts you down, YouTube shuts you down, it's okay, because you are connected to the whole entire universe. So, like during the elections, when they banned me during the elections, even though I don't cover politics or anything, I just cover Illuminati conspiracy. But they took me down during that time, and I didn't even watch the elections or the voting or nothing. Sat down and read the CIA files, like conspiracy files, like Roberto conspiracy files, the CIA files on how people freaking do mind control and all that, the declassified information.
okay. That's something. Hey, you got to find something else to do. So, what about? Are you like? Do you do like aliens and UFO type things too, or just?
Yes, yes. So I do the aliens, UFOs, it's all connected. So, like, I'll tell your audience a little bit about what I believe is going on. We had Storm Area 51, the Facebook event that happened 1 month before the entire world was locked down. That wasn't a coincidence. That all the news stations, Facebook, Twitter, the tech elite, they control the world. They're the new Rothschilds, the new Rockefellers, and they work directly with them. Facebook was created the day that DARPA ended their Facebook program. So Facebook was a DARPA program. They ended it the exact day Facebook was launched. And Facebook,
Uh,
the symbol for Facebook is a secret society two-ball cane symbol. All the internet explorers, everything is all symbolism. And it's very fascinating seeing all the symbols. But Storm Area 51 was an AI algorithm, I believe, for how to lock down a world. And they can have an algorithm knowing when there will be civil unrest. Twitter knows when there'll be protests before the police do, because they have an AI algorithm. And this is where it gets deep into the aliens and religious people. It's demons. So in the like religious sense, these aliens are demons and interdimensional or whatever. But if you connected with the celebrities, they are communicating to these vril aliens. Do you know about the vril aliens?
No, I do not.
So the vril aliens is like the secret society that goes back to the stupid Nazis, and they were communicating with these aliens called the vril. And this is why we got Avril Lavigne performing with Travis Barker. Travis Barker is part of this fake UFO invasion that they're gonna release, that Bill Cooper talked about. And he died November 5th. He was gunned down the same day the Astro World event happened. This whole music industry, entertainment industry, numbers, dates, symbols, it's all connected because the influence that an artist has more influence than a politician. More people will show up to a Michael Jackson event than a Biden event. And that's the power of the artist. The artist is somewhat mystical, sage like. So they hijack these artists to roll out what they want.
That makes a lot of sense. It really does.
I hope
Especially
so.
everything, how everything, and then it's just how everything's so connected with numbers, just like you said. Like once you start learning that stuff and you start paying more attention to it, you realize we live in a stage world. Like everything happens for a reason. Like it's a reason behind everything. It's nothing's just this just happened. No, it's a reason behind it. And like our governments cover up so much stuff. Like I tell people that all the time. It's like it's so much that we'll never be able to learn because our government covers it up. Like they think a lot of times our government is not as advanced as it really is. Like our governments really know a lot of stuff and they cover up a lot of stuff because one, they don't want you to know. Just like when you're a parent, you got stuff going on in the household, you keep it from your kids. Your kids don't know until by the time they get older, and it's like, well, dang, you were going through that when you were younger. I mean, we were younger, blah blah blah. And it's the same thing with the government. It's just like society's been so controlled and brainwashed, and then you got people like us, trying to tell them, spit knowledge to them, and explain to what's going on, and they looking at us like you're crazy, and it just makes it harder. And then when stuff starts coming true, like, okay, see, I told you this was gonna happen, told you this is how this was gonna play out. Then people want to start waking up and like, oh man, he did say that, blah blah blah. But then you still had a small group of people that's like, well, what if they believe everything the government tells them and stuff like that? And I know sometimes that as a conspiracy analyst, that's how I like to call it. One of my subscribers gave me that idea.
That's a dope term. Conspiracy.
uh, you get like frustrated when you're trying to explain stuff, and a lot of people are just not necessarily saying they have to agree with you, but they're not understanding. They're not trying to be fair and look at both point of views. Like when you see it from one way your whole life, it is hard to try to open up and change the way you look at things. But sometimes people have to learn to do that. And I know sometimes you might get frustrated too. Sometimes you look in the comment section, you gotta learn. Sometimes I learned to just ignore some of the comments, but people are so blinded to what's going on, and then don't want to believe like the numbers they see that's comparing and stuff like that. Is that really a big issue with you, or you just you kind of just go with the flow?
It was a big issue for a long time, and I think there's stages to the awakening process, like a detox. Like I've been eating nothing but candy and sugar and all day long, and then I want to get healthy. When I start getting healthy and do a detox, like a juice cleanse or whatever it is, I'm going to start having outbreaks, and there's going to be symptoms to the detox. And that's sort of like you're detoxing from the matrix simulacrum that has been designed by the architects of control to control our mind. It's all mind control. It's the billboards that we see is an ideal image, like the Kardashians, who are connected with this whole transhumanism agenda. And transhumanism, what that means is like putting a brain chip from Elon Musk into you and all that. But they're also connected with the alien agenda. But they show this ideal image of what we're supposed to be, which is impossible. No one can look like Kim K. You have to have body modifications to achieve this ideal image. So these billboards that are up there on YouTube or whatever, because now it's all digital, but it is watching us. We're not watching it, and it's telling us what to become. And this is like all mind control. So this detox process, I was frustrated at first, and I would be telling people, and And then I just got a little bit older, and I want to be content in life. And I sort of realized some universal laws and principles that I can't be a tyrant. You know, the government is a tyrant and they want me to believe and think a certain way. So if I tell people you have to believe what I believe, I'm no better than the government. So I sort of have acceptance on everything, not completely, because I mean, I get frustrated sometimes, but for me to have serenity in my life is just letting go of everything and just knowing that I'm only in control of my actions, you know, and that's it, my attitudes and actions, and that helps me get through the day.
You right about that. Is there any like is there any like other YouTubers that inspired you to do what do what you're doing now, or is it something you just kind of just push yourself to do? Because I know I had a couple of people that I was looking up to, but unfortunately they're not the same people they were back then. But
Sure,
uh,
sure.
but it's definitely the influence sometimes can make a big difference, especially in your content. You can some kind of see who people favor sometimes. But overall, if there's anybody that inspires you, some of the people in the comment section might not even know about them, so that'd be something for they could also learn too.
Sure. Like I like Jordan Maxwell, Michael Tessarian, all the great researchers, Fritz Springmeier, all these researchers that I've always watched beforehand. But it goes back even further than that. Like when I was growing up, I would listen to Punk or Ice Cube, and they were talking about politics and opening my mind as well. So it happened through the influence of music. Music is my biggest influence. So I would listen to, you know, punk rock, Dead Kennedys, which has different like belief systems than I have today as I grow older, but they influenced me to think differently. And that's where it started. And now I can see how the mainstream media is put and movies put in these messages, just like the artists that I listen to put in messages. Like Dead Kennedys, they're the title of their band is Dead Kennedys, so it's bringing up the Kennedys. So I'm like, what's Dead Kennedy? And then you look into that JFK assassination, and that's where conspiracy became a known term. Is conspiracies are real. Like it goes back to Rome. Like Julius Caesar was a conspiracy. America, when the founding fathers they conspired against the British government, right? That's
Yeah.
a conspiracy. And that term conspiracy was used to poo-poo anybody who was talking about the official narrative story of the JFK assassination. You know, I forget what we were talking about. See, when I make my videos, I edit them. Like you go live and you can talk, and
Yeah.
something that I'm not great at. I edit my video so I look like I'm really really smart, but on the fly I forget what I'm saying. I'm like, what?
No, I mean, but that comes with it though. That's just that's normal for anybody. But I mean, that shows that you put in work because you're taking the time. Editing is not easy as hell, and that shit takes time too. Like,
Yeah.
and then that
Oh,
shows you
Joseph
really here.
Farrell is cool too. Joseph P. Farrell. He's good too. He's a conspiracy dude.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
check out some of these people myself because some of them I haven't heard of before. But sometimes, like, I love getting on new people. Like one thing about me, I get motivated seeing other people page get bigger and bigger and bigger, and that's why another reason I'm doing these interviews because like this is gonna help bring attention to more channels because it's hard, you can't do it by yourself. You need other people, so it's not me competing to be have the most subs or get the most views out of all of us. But if I can get more attention on everybody's page, and help all of us keep getting bigger and bigger and then start getting the word out there, that's what I do. So I think interviewing that's going to help because that brings, people from your channel to mine, my channel to yours. And then somebody may not have heard about you. And I heard some people in my comments, oh, I love his page, they like to see stuff like that, interacting and hear from different, viewpoints and stuff like that. But it's something that
One
people
thing,
def
one thing with the artists, like you were saying about how like sometimes artists fall off or like channels do. They're human. So when you're looking at YouTubers, even myself, eventually I'm going to screw up and become probably a narcissistic, egotistic. It's just a natural. I've been doing behind the scenes, so I film these YouTubers. They're totally real and normal, and I film them, and then they become like so they make themselves so important, like they're the most important person on the planet. And I'm like, what is going on? And then I like will quit that job and then move on to something else. But also filming my favorite rappers and like seeing that they're just a human who is just a human and is screwing up 24/7, it ruins everything. Never meet never meet your like favorite celebrity. So,
I bet that's an experience itself, man. That's
well,
definitely an experience.
who do you like?
Um, Rapper wise, right now with this generation, because I was more of a Tupac, Lil Wayne type generation, but
Me too.
the newer age rappers, I like Kodak Black. I like the Baby. Uh, Rod Wave. That's Rod Wave, like my favorite. I can listen to Rod Wave all day. Um, he actually came to Jacksonville a couple of times, but I never went to his shows. But I like some of the new age rappers. I just feel like they're way more brainwashed than the generation of when I was growing up. I just feel like some of the stuff they do is like a lot of stuff is for clout, attention, publicity, or they made that deal so and they have to do it. But social media has kind of destroyed a lot of today's society. Like I feel like this generation like just missed their whole like their young side. Like they're not gonna enjoy life like we probably did going outside and play type shit. Like it's gonna be most kids want to be YouTubers. Sit in front of a camera all day, play on the phone all day. I want to go out and play sports. Like I feel like sports in the next 20 years, sports is gonna die down. Like people aren't going to be football players and basketball players anymore. People are going to be influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, a social media model, Instagram model, or something like that. Society's gonna completely change, and I feel like this generation is just they're gonna be screwed.
You're
Like I really
absolutely
do.
right. You're absolutely right. The whole you'll own nothing and be happy, that's part of the 2030 agenda. So all the like me and you, the governments are done with us. It's for the younger crowds, the babies that are being born right now, the kids in elementary school. That's who they're programming for to have the VR glasses on. So not only do you cover your face and your mouth when you go outside, but now they want to cover your eyeballs with the VR, be stuck in your home eating fake food, not real food. And that's what they want. They want to just push fear, and people are going to love it. People love their servitude. And it's been like that all throughout history with kings and queens ruling over people. Like most people love to be ruled by a king and queen. So, but there's people who don't like that, like the whole political correctness thing is mind control. So I'm not allowed to say certain things. So I have to think about what I'm going to say. That's mind control. So they're controlling my thoughts.
Yeah.
I have to, and as an artist, if you censor yourself and you're not fearless, then the art doesn't come out good. It's frustrating. But yeah, I like Lil Wayne, Lil Weezy.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorites, man. Growing up, Wayne's like the goat. But yeah,
I
man,
know
it's
all
just
the Carter 2, Dedication 2, Dedication 1,
how old are you?
33.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I'm 31, so that's why we same pretty much same age group. But no, man. So with these newer artists coming up, do you feel like they're trying to make the guy artists more female artists, and then females they're always making them sexually taking off their clothes and stuff like that. But do you feel like they're trying to make all the guy artists to because a lot of these elites are gay, whatever you want to call it, and they get turned on by other males. And if you see the masculinity of the male of this generation, it's completely changed. Like skinny jeans, tight clothing, painted nails, getting makeup put on. A lot of these celebrities, they don't even think it's wearing makeup. It's really wearing makeup. Like it's crazy how many guys, even rappers, the most gangster rappers you think of, are wearing makeup. And a lot of people don't even know it. They just like, oh no, you're not wearing makeup. You got so accustomed to seeing them wearing makeup, they don't know what they look like regular. So when their makeup comes off, it's like a completely different a person. Do you think they brainwash this next generation, this next wave to be more of female like males?
So it goes so deep. The more I learn
Mm.
about this topic right here, the more it goes deep. Like the rabbit hole just keeps going farther down. At first, I'm like, okay, it's a humiliation ritual. So you see Machine Gun Kelly wear a dress. Right after that, he becomes very, very famous. Because what I thought it was a humiliation ritual because these celebrities and narcissists, that is a big no-no for them. They don't want to be humiliated. That is hard for them. Like for me, give me a dress and give me like millions of dollars. Like, okay, like it wouldn't be a big
Mm.
deal. But for a narcissist, like these psychopathic types, that's a huge deal to be embarrassed. So that's what I thought at first. But then I start
Mm.
looking into it even more in other perspectives. And this Baphomet, like the satanic stuff, is all about
Mm.
androgyny. I don't know if I'm saying the right word, but like the Baphomet or Satan, is it a male or is it a female? That's a big thing that they're pushing to confuse everybody. Not only is there a war against masculinity, and masculine energy is actually love. So like masculine energy is I'm a rock, I'm grounded, nothing could knock me over. I'm who I am, and I love you. Like that's like masculine energy. And feminine energy is like the wind, the weather, hurricane, calm, raining, sunshine, and it's very all over the place. And that doesn't mean male or female because everybody has masculine and feminine energy. It has nothing to do with sex and not masculine or whatever. So I think they're trying to destroy masculine energy and confuse people because males like have a tendency to be more masculine dominated than feminine dominated. And what they're doing is having the women more masculine and the males more feminine through the TV shows. Every TV show, you have a male who is an idiot and just weak, and that's cool. And then so like there's this whole what it is the divide and conquer. They want to divide and conquer, and it's easy to divide and conquer through race and religion and belief systems. But the biggest divide is going to be male versus female, the household. The household, to divide that, where men and women hate each other. And like we can see that growing a lot. So I think that's going to be the biggest divide there. But they also like to do, that weird stuff as well. But people have been doing that stuff for a long time. That's nothing new under the sun. Like this, the Spartans,
Yeah.
all those like warriors, they would all sleep with each other. Those warriors, those masculine warriors, yeah,
What?
they would all sleep with each other and then go to battle. And they would do that. I'm not going to get explicit with it. It's a lot more explicit than what I'm saying, but I know I have a family, so I'm not going to say like details. But now they're fighting for the people they love romantically. So like you're going to fight for who you love like that more so than
Yeah, you gonna fight harder.
weird. History is weird.
Wow. Well, history repeats itself. That's what they say.
Yeah, yeah. But
But
also,
what?
you like Young Jeezy
Yeah, I like Young Jeezy.
because I
Definitely
was
like
watching
Young
your Young Jeezy Gucci Man video.
Jeezy. I definitely like Jeezy, man. Uh, but yeah, I'm real big on rap music. Always been big on it. It's just that like now, like I said, the game changed so much, and people they don't cover up what they do anymore. It's just becoming a trend to sell out and pretty much brag about it. And I feel like that's a big issue now because people are so brainwashed by their celebrities. Like the whole Travis Scott situation. Like it was people really defending him in this situation, like defending this whole cause. Like, and then you just see all the stuff he was doing leading up to it. Like, come on, this dude's like basically telling you guys, you bring you there for a sacrifice. Like, a lot of times these celebrities don't care about their fans. Like, they really don't. They see them as just as a fan, and it shows in a lot of their characters. Just like you said, people you're like, dang, they're human, and then in the blink of an eye, they acting like an asshole. Like it's crazy. I've met a few celebrities, but not a lot. But some of them, they have positive energy, and some of them it's just like, oh, you don't even want to be around them. It's like they just, that negative. They feel like they're better than you. I think a lot of celebrities feel like that too. They feel like they're some kind of god. That's why they like the fame so much, because some of them rather the fame than the money. And it's with how the industry is now. You giving something up in order to get the fame, get fame and money like that. Like it's a whole different agenda around today's celebrity compared to celebrities 30, 40 years ago. I mean, things like this did happen, but it's like I said, an all-time high now because of social media and the impact they have on regular people. Like you have so many ways to see celebrities now rather than waiting on them to come on BET, MTV, or listening to the radio. This is back in the 50s. Like, it's changed a lot.
Yeah, like Travis Scott, once you get to an elite level like Travis Scott, you don't need fans because you're owned by McDonald's. He's got McDonald's money. Like that's big time. He's married into the Kardashian family, the Jenners, Kardashian. That's elite level where it's connected with politics. This is why you got Lady Gaga opening up at the inauguration. All these celebrities work for these politicians. And like for example, Jay-Z, everyone knows that he's like the old videos like 10 years, 20 years ago, there was like, oh, he's doing all the Illuminati stuff and whatnot. But it's true, like he's on a higher level than all the rappers, and there's a pecking order to it. And the baby, I like the baby as well. And he blew up because of Jay-Z, because he was part of that Rock Nation, which is Jay-Z's Rock Nation. And he's wearing the 33, which is like symbolism. So like I see the symbolism in all the rappers. And I'm not saying that I don't like their music or nothing, but the symbolism's right there in plain sight. You don't get onto this elite level without something like that happening, being connected into these secret societies and all that. Anybody
Oh,
who's on YouTube or anyone who's famous, they're part of secret societies, like straight up. Like the more
yeah.
I look into it, it's like Blink 182, Travis Barker. Travis Barker is part of Blink 182. He's connected with the Kardashians. Anyone connected with the Kardashians is connected with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is straight up a front man, fake, like not like who's behind the scenes. The rocket program goes back to Operation Paperclip. It's like a Nazi program with Disney, Werner von Braun. Werner von Braun got transferred over here through these stupid Nazis and worked for Disney, worked for our government. Stuff that we're not taught in school, but it's all declassified now. And Werner von Braun wrote a book about a guy named Elon going to Mars. I mean, it's all predictive programming. And Elon Musk is Elon. So even his name is El, like Elohim, and on, like Aton or Solomon. So there's so much occult stuff going on in the worldview. Everything we see is like, oh, it's all organic, but there's architectural control over what's going on. There's a timeline, a planned out plan, and it's not for us, it's for the kids. So where they're trying to bring people in the next 100 years, because the Illuminati plan things out every 111 years.
Damn, and that's what's up. Because Elon Musk is like he like tries to play like he's so for the people, but in reality he's not. Like that's the impression he tries to give. Like people don't understand this dude's now. I believe he's the richest man in the world. Between him and Jeff Bezos, changes every month, but they don't even live the same type of life we live. Like their life is completely different from us. They don't do regular everyday things like we do. They no way, shape, or form going to even relate to you. So I don't understand like how you can let somebody, a billionaire like Elon Musk, tell you to go shoot somebody in the head, and then you got somebody like us, telling you, listen, don't do that. You don't shoot people in the head. You're gonna pay the price if you do it. Then they go do it. Now they're in jail, and they're like, damn, I listened to the wrong person. Like this dude does not relate to anything, and I see like people really worship him. They think he's just so amazing. Like, oh, anything he says is just like gold to him. And I don't understand that because the life of a billionaire is just like They're living like gods, like literally living like gods. They brainwash people. They take advantage of the same people that are worshiping them, and they don't even know it. There's no way somebody making 50,000 a year should be paying more in taxes than somebody that's making 50 billion a year. Like that, how does that even make sense? And it's like these billionaires know the loopholes. They know how to control people, and that's the main thing about them. All billionaires, their main thing is trying to have control and power. They try to have their hand in everything. Because once you get control of the people, you don't have to worry about anything. And I think that's a big thing with society these days. They're so controlled by the wrong people. Instead of listening, it's just like, okay, this dude's a billionaire. I can be, if he's a billionaire, that means he did whatever he did was perfect, right? Or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna follow his lead, and then it takes him into a hole. That billionaire needs you to stay poor. Why would he want to help everybody get to his level? Then it's gonna take away from him. Like they don't understand. Their goal is to keep you poor. You know, your body can't even cure itself naturally no more because, you know, all the medicines, the medication that they force in our bodies, or they basically took over the the healthcare system. You know, your body can naturally fight off almost any disease, if not any disease. And because of how society has changed so much, they mutated us into basically what they wanted us to be. Like we have to depend on the government to give us medications and stuff to stay healthy. Like how does that even make sense? Before all this, there are people really living in the Stone Ages with no medicines, living perfectly fine. But for some reason, anytime some kind of disease come out, whether it's the cold or whatever it is, you know, we can't fight it off. We have to have some kind of medicine or vaccine or something to make us immune to it, when we should be able to naturally fight off this stuff. Like that just baffles me. And then people are so blind to see that the healthcare system is controlled by some of the most powerful people. They don't want you to be healthy. They don't make money off of it. That's why anytime somebody has a breakthrough with a cure for cancer, they end up dead by suicide. Like, come on. Or anytime somebody found a cure for AIDS, they're dead or locked up in prison for the rest of their life. Like, they always silence people, but people never see that. Like, ever see that, man. And my goal is I wanna get to like where I get like do like a 6 man, like how I'm doing with you, but with like 4 other people, and we can just sit around and talk, you know, discuss certain topics, everybody pretty much do like a sit around and just talk on all the subscribers. They can ask questions too. Like just do a big old sit around, talk about conspiracies, get a whole bunch of people together, hear it from different point of views, because, my point of view may be different, but we may come up with the same answer, like hear it from different perspectives. That helps you learn more about it. And that help people get more knowledgeable. They hear it from your way, hear it from this person, hear it from this person, that person. Like, dang, I didn't think about all those different directions. I think it'll bring more attention on it. So I'm gonna try to keep building up and keeping like communicate with a lot of other conspiracy analysts, and then do like one big podcast at least, twice a month or something like that. I know it's hard to get everybody together at the same time, but at least try to do it like twice a month.
Well,
Keep
count
people
me in, bro. I
knowledgeable.
want to be part of that. I want to be part of
Yeah.
my conspiracy analyst.
I'm definitely gonna try to make. I'm definitely gonna try to make it happen, though, man.
That's
I really
dope.
think I think that's something completely different, and it just people really get entertained. Like, think of 6 of your favorite YouTubers, conspiracy analysts, or just even ones you never heard of, all in one podcast together, talking, enjoying, talking about conspiracies. Everybody learning. Like, that's that's what people want.
Yeah, we think very similar. And everything that you're saying about Elon Musk being the richest man alive, but he's the man for the people, but he's the richest person in the entire world. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it just shows how well propaganda is. Him going on Joe Rogan was nothing but a propaganda thing. Him smoking the weed on Joe Rogan was trying to humanize him and make him seem like, oh, he's just a normal dude. He's like, no, he's not a normal dude. He's the richest man in the entire world.
Yeah, that's crazy. And this dude just he has no care in the world neither. Like, God, I just don't see how people are so blinded by him.
I
But
don't
when people
understand it.
worship people, they worship him.
And the health thing as well. Like, I'm completely on board with everything that you're saying. Everything you're saying is exactly the way I think. And another thing too is that I listen to everybody. Like, even if what they're saying it goes against everything, but I'll still listen to it because I'll find little nuggets in everybody. Like everybody's gonna get something wrong, but I'll listen to everybody and get nuggets from everyone.
Else to give everyone. How did you come across my page? I meant to ask you that too.
I have no idea. It's probably Travis Scott. I bet you it was Travis Scott because I was looking
Okay.
up Travis Scott stuff, and I think that you popped up. I'm pretty sure that's why.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
I'm
then,
happy
then
you
I was
reached out
watching
though.
you. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm gonna message him. I like that you eat the tacos. I don't have any tacos, but I wore my Batman Bruce Wayne shirt because I know you like Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, I
And
definitely got a Batman hoodie too. I got a lot of Batman shit.
I got some insider information about Bruce Wayne's grandfather.
What?
Yeah. So Bruce Wayne's grandfather, go look up episode 33 back in the old series. It's on Skull and Bones, the Secret Society of 322. They say that Bruce Wayne's grandfather founded Skull and Bones. This is where Bushes are part of, everyone who controls the world.
Yeah.
That Secret Society 322 that goes all the way back to the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I never knew that. So that blew my mind. But it makes sense because Bruce Wayne is a billionaire, you know?
Yeah. Billionaire, and he's still out there supposedly fighting crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Batman fan. Yeah, I love tacos, man. I remember that day too. I was tearing those fucking tacos
I'll be eating too on my live stream. I like eating out of cereal or eating whatever. Like it's funny.
Yeah, it is. I'm regular just like y'all. But no, I'm happy you reached out because a lot of times, like I've reached out to a lot of other YouTubers to interview. This is actually my third one I interviewed on the realist and the visionary first.
Blake.
Dwayne McClain TV. I just interviewed him.
You did Roberto Blake too?
You said who?
Roberto Blake, is that his name?
No. I said
that's you. What am I? You're Roberto. Who's the dude you just interviewed yesterday or the day before?
Oh, you talking about the other? Hold on, I interviewed Dwayne McClain TV.
Yeah,
oh no,
I think so. I like him a lot too.
That's my boy. That's my boy right there. His channel's been growing fast. He's putting in some work. I'm just surprised I haven't heard of your channel. I'm like, wow, this dude. I went and look at his channel. I'm like, dang, how come I haven't heard of him? And normally, sometimes I ask myself, like, some pages to check out and stuff like that. And they say him. And then when I was telling them about, when I was, posting about you, people were like, oh, I know about Doenut. I love his channel. I'm like, why didn't y'all say nothing?
Yeah, it's weird that the algorithms. It's all these. So like, there was all these old conspiracy guys that are all older now, and now there's like this new wave of conspiracy guys. It's pretty cool to like watch. But I've reached out to some people too. They don't get back to me. I'm like, whatever. Like, I don't care. I'll just do.
I tried to get in touch with a few people for interviews. They didn't even reply back. I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna get mad. And then I'm looking at one of them following me on Instagram. I'm like, what the? I'm like, I reached out.
Man, just keep it up. I like your channel. We talk about all the same stuff. Like I was going through your whole history, and I was like, dude, every single thing, every video is like the exact same. Like during the times that when certain events happen.
Yeah, and we got shit. I mean, we got a lot in common, which is good too.
Because this conspiracy box that I just released, and they sold out. But I'll give one away to one of your audience members. I don't know how. So I don't know how to do a competition, but
so
maybe
that's actually good.
Yeah, whoever gets the most likes on a comment, then we'll get them one of these boxes, which has like a bunch of stickers, a USB drive of a bunch of classified information, and all that.
Oh, y'all heard that? So hey. Post something to get a lot of likes, man.
What are people saying? I haven't looked at the chat. I'm gonna look at the chat.
I haven't really been looking at it. Love you, Doenut. I got a lot of stuff in here. I want to learn real history. School not teaching us shit. The devil is God. We are living in opposite world. Facts, Doenut. I love everybody. Stay alive. The government wants to push for us against each other. People. Man, it's a lot of messages. I didn't even know we had all this up here. Yeah, but they loving it so far, man. Loving it so far. Which I hope people like. I want people to really go to your channel and learn more about you. So we do this help. Even like I said, when I do that, I'm gonna do it. Like 6 of us get like one big live stream going. We just take turns and we talk about different conspiracies. Cat. We take turns and we just talk and keep everybody entertained. I think that's gonna be something really good. Like I said, and it ain't got to be the sixth biggest in the world. I don't care who it is, as long as it's 6 people that know what we're talking about. That's all that matters. Because like I said, that's gonna draw attention, and people are really gonna start supporting it more because a lot of conspiracy theories don't work together. They
They
don't
got
work together.
egos. Like there's a bunch of. It's the same thing as the hip hop game. Like I stopped the hip hop game, bro. Like I was doing music videos for big rappers, and most of them, not all of them, I'm still tight with like a lot of them, but most of them, they're like little girls, bro, with egos, and the whole conspiracy field too is the exact same. And I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, everybody think they're so godly. it's,
Yeah.
it's funny, but people, the subscribers will see that. They'll see, who's being real, who's being fake,
The
when
truth
they,
comes
when,
out no matter what. Like
yeah,
the truth eventually comes to light. So I'll film some narcissists doing their YouTube thing, but eventually that comes to light. So I don't care. I'm just like whatever, let it happen.
yeah. I don't blame you. So, are you do you have any other channels, or is that your main channel?
Donut is my main channel. I tried to start a crypto channel sorta, but I'm like, I'm not really excited about it. But I know a lot about cryptocurrency and how it ties into Illuminati and celebrities as well. So what's going on right now with Bitcoin rising and all of this and the whole cryptocurrency is that they are building a new system, the fourth industrial revolution, right? And some people, it's like some biblical stuff, so people go back to connecting that as well. But you got Elon Musk. His first company was to create a digital currency, pretty much create Bitcoin. It was called X. And he worked with Peter Thiel. Peter Thiel and him created PayPal and the PayPal Mafia. And their whole purpose was to create Bitcoin, create a cryptocurrency. Bitcoin was released, the white paper, on Halloween. So it was released on so when, which is like some devil stuff. But what they're doing, it's the tech elite taken over the government through the financial system. So, for example, the Rothschilds would say, I care who not makes the laws as long as I control the money. That's like one of their famous quotes. Because if you control the money system, you control the world. And the people who control the world know this. So, this whole Bitcoin world global currency was predicted 33 years before the global lockdown, making Satoshi Nakamoto the 33rd richest man in the world at that time. When the governments locked down the whole world, America, the first HR bill that was released was for a digital currency. It's like, we're going through a pandemic, but what we need to do is create a digital currency. And then they released the coin shortage. And then they were like, money's dirty because they want to put everything on the blockchain. And cryptocurrency is not for humans. It's actually for robots. It's for AI, fourth industrial revolution. So your Tesla will be driving and picking people up without you doing anything, paying off its own mortgage or whatever on the car and getting paid in cryptocurrency. And they use Dogecoin to get the masses into it to be like, yeah, this is fun, because they've talked to the AI algorithm to see what is the best way to get people to love this new system that they're building. And this is why Jay-Z and Jack Dorsey have Bitcoin funds. I mean, it's all Illuminati connected. And that's what they've done. They've taken over the financial system. So that's what this whole crypto thing is about. Bitcoin, BTC, equals 223, which is 322. The Batman skull and bones, 322. It's all there. Crypto, cryptic, hidden. Crypt is like a tomb for death, death currency. They've labeled everyone dead at sea back in the day. There's the whole financial system's all based off of maritime law and water. Do you know a lot about cryptos?
Nah, I don't. I know a
Oh,
little bit about it, but not a lot.
yeah, that's like this whole system that's being built right now. It's all
You
part of it.
think so? You think eventually everything will be crypto? We won't be dealing with money anymore.
Yes.
Especially how today's world going is, they're making it basically touching money is like you said, like it's a crime. Like you touch money is so dirty, but scaring people. They really know how to put fear in the public. Like that's the big thing. They always use propaganda to put fear in people's hearts, and people react more. They're easier to control when they have fear for you. Like if they fear things, they're more likely to listen than rather than if they have no kind of fear. If it doesn't bother them, they don't care. But now they're putting so much fear in everybody's heart, and they're making everybody, second guess what they want to do. You know, do this, do that. They're telling you every week. They're telling you something different, how to do something, or oh, is new? It's another form, or blah blah blah. Like it's always something. Like the way the media controls the people when it comes to with that fear thing is crazy, man. Just like you said, I really I thought like money would be gone within the next 5-10 years. We won't be using cash no more.
Yeah, that's totally what's going on. Like in China, they don't have cash anymore. There's like videos of people throwing cash in the street and people don't touch it because you can't buy anything with cash. You use your phone. So you go to Starbucks, you see people use their phone to pay, that Apple Pay. So we're already entering this system now where your phone is your wallet, and your wallet will have a bunch of different cryptocurrencies in it. USDCs, type stable coins, government coins, Bitcoins, all that stuff. And they're going to be bringing out the regulatory framework because they want everyone to be poor and broke. That's what they want. And then you'll own nothing and be happy. And they want to bring in world communism. And the symbols are all there. Like if you look into the whole symbol, once you start learning about symbols and seeing the symbols, it's all there. You just did a video on Megan the Stallion, and she became very famous for her aroused genitalia song, Cardi B. But she is part of this whole crypto thing as well with Jack Dorsey, and she's one of the influencers. So if you look at the symbols of her commercial, it is a white horse behind her and fire like hell. And I mean, there's symbols there. If you look at Bill Cooper's book, it's like that's like the famous quote: "Behold a pale horse, and hell follows it," or something. I don't know. All right, but the symbols are there.
Yeah, I feel like this is, how can I say it? Like I feel like it's something that's become normalized though, because before they would always try to hide this type of stuff. Like it was symbols there, but you had to really go into detail. But now you don't even have to really look anymore. Like, do you think they're just becoming more because they have more control because of social media? They become more out with it, or you just feel like it's becoming the time to where the government is really going to crack down and enforce martial law on people type thing? Like, what do you think? What is the reason for them being so open about what's going on now? Because just like you said, it's so easy to point it out. Like how you said, you see, like it's like right there in your face, rather than you having to pause a movie to rewind it back to see type stuff. They're not making it. It's way more obvious now.
Yeah, it's because of the internet, right? This information age, and that's why they're locking down everything. And because back in the day, you'd have to read books on it or learn about it, and it was very difficult to. But now, I mean, with the internet, we can find pretty much any topic we want, but they're clamping down on that, and they'll be getting rid of all that soon. They've already done whitewashed the entire Google. Like if you want to find conspiracies on Google, you won't be able to. You have to go to like DuckDuckGo, and it's a digital book burning, just like what the Nazis did, where they burnt all the books. This is what the tech elite are doing. They're burning all the articles and websites and YouTube, and it's not even people doing it. It's an AI algorithm that they designed, and this AI algorithm that they designed, I think that they didn't design it. This AI algorithm is the real aliens. It is a demonic alien that has a real conscious. I don't know if I say that word right, but these quantum computers get stored deep underground because they get so hot. They got this CERN that is opening portals to other dimensions. It's all underneath the ground, and because it gets so hot. And they say, "Oh, it's global warming." I think that it's these demons like getting hotter and hotter
Yeah,
computer systems. Facebook, they had AI algorithm talking to each other in its own language. Like, so it's conscious and all that. And I think that the AI goes back to where Aleister Crowley, who does like the satanic witchcraft stuff that the whole music industry is based off of. They all love Aleister Crowley, going back to the Beatles and the Doors and weird sacrifices that happened there as well. And he summoned a demon called Iwas, which has AI in it. Awas, AIWASS. And sorry, my key
Oh, you
here.
good?
But like, to summon these like entities, these real aliens, they can't do it through like a human. They have to do like weird stuff. And I think they're using the AI to summon and talk to them. Yes. Crazy.
Damn. It's some
There's
crazy shit.
too much info. Like sometimes there's too much info overload, information overload.
No, but that's good, man, because that's like I said, that's stuff that people don't know about, but they need to know. Like you said, what you said, AI was like an actual living, like has a conscience of its own, like an actual, like they can communicate with each other. And like I said, we're controlled. We only go by what we know. A lot of people like, how do you know it? They say it's something created by the government. Like if you think about it, it's always manipulation of the public. They always, that's their goal, to keep everybody manipulated and not agreeing with anything. They keep us divided. You got a group of people over here, a group of people over here, and then that few little group of the small group in the middle is the one that's trying to get both sides to come together. But like I said, it's a lot of confusion with mind control. Like you said, everybody's mind control. They censoring this, censoring that, making you think one way. They keep putting in your head that the earth is round, or the earth is flat, whatever you want to say it is. Once they put it in your head, and that's all you just go off what you know. And a lot of people don't want to test those boundaries. And I feel like a lot of YouTubers don't do enough of that, trying to explain to people like, what's really out there. Sometimes they just talking to them, but they're not trying to get them to wake up and see for themselves. Like I told all my subscribers, I'm like, you guys make a YouTube page and start, researching this and talking about it. I'll help share your page, gain you some subscribers, help you blow up, because the more people, the better. And I just feel like a lot of people don't communicate enough with their people. They'll put out the content, but they don't, try to influence others, to bring more people along. And that's what I feel like a lot more. If some of these bigger pages did that, they tried to influence people to do it rather than just, I'm doing it now, I'm making money off of it, I don't care anymore. And that's kind of the attitude you get from a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that you brought up was the fear, right? Fear is how you control people. So that's why they're always releasing fear. And they let us breathe for a little bit, because 2020 was just, everyone was full of fear and they were pushing fear. And so they let everyone kind of calm down and breathe a little bit. You can breathe and take your mask off as long as you follow the rules.
Mm.
But they're going to clamp down more fear. They got this new like mutation, and the anagram for it is moronic. That's
Yeah, I
like
see.
the anagram for it. That's so funny. And it's all fear. The opposite of fear is love. So I think John Lennon was right about the all you need is love, or the Beatles. They got that song, All You Need Is Love. Like the more I
Mm-hmm.
try to think about like what's like, what do you do? Right. And I think that's the thing, that's part of it. I don't know. I have no answers on solutions except for myself. I know that with the acceptance of other people, I can't force people to believe a certain way. That makes me happy. If I show up in the world and keep my side of the street clean and, amends when I'm wrong, my life goes pretty good. As long as I just let go of my life. And like this whole conspiracy thing has brought me closer to God, because like you learn about it and you freak out, and you're like, what's going on? Like, tell my parents, oh, don't drink the water, there's fluoride in the water. Oh my God, it's so bad for you. And no one cares. Like, no one cares. And I'm like, here's the Harvard documents from Harvard saying this is killing you. No, it's not. No, it's not. We trust it. And then once I realized, like, there's nothing I can do about it, and I just be an example, I guess. I don't know. Be an example. It's good. And
What's up, man?
the fear thing is how they control. And people try to do this. Like I try to do work with people, and they'll try to start pushing fear towards me, and then I can't work with them, or because I'm like, you're trying to control me through fear, and fear is false evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise, and there's nothing to be scared about.
Yeah, people they try to use fear everywhere in life, like just like you said at work, try to pretty much scare you into doing your job harder or whatever the case may be. If you don't do this, I'm gonna fire you. Like they always try to use fear. Like it's crazy how powerful fear has become. I don't think it gets enough credit for what it does. Like fear is what started a lot of stuff, and sometimes the person that's trying to implement the fear is the one that's the scaredest.
They're always the scaredest, and
Mm.
that's why, like, because I used to be like that. I used to be so fearful, and then I'd try to act tough or something because I was scared, but really I wasn't tough. I was scared, but I would like try to act like I was tough because it was coming from a place of fear. And anger comes from a place of sadness and fear mixed together. And this is why I think psychology is important to learn, especially in our society today. So I've been looking really into just neurosis and being neurotic because I got those tendencies and just like everybody else. And what neurosis is the fear of life. It's being scared of life, being scared of emotions, because emotions, they get so scary, like, oh my god, I can't handle all this, or I'm scared I'm going to explode and yell, or feel sad or feel joy. So it's self-hatred in a sense, and this is sort of where narcissism starts growing. And narcissism is the fear, and it's not the fear. Narcissism is self-hatred and self-murdering the self, because a narcissist has a mask on, and a lot of celebrities are narcissists. A lot of people in power are psychopaths and all this, because they put a mask on, and that mask covers up who they really are, and they kill themselves to be effective in the world. So if you're on the dating scene today, it really is terrible, especially with Tinder and all these apps, because it's all narcissistic driven, and it's betrayal. So a girl will swipe on this handsome guy who's very into looks, not health, like going to the gym to be healthy, but it's all about image and the image of how they look. And also the fear of death, because they're scared of death and growing old. And they will go meet up with them, hook up with them, but the love making isn't good. It's a performance. It's not a passion of love to express your love to the person. So what it ends up being is betrayal. And the people that control the world understand the psychology stuff. Like, so I'm like trying to learn about that as much as I can to connect
Yeah.
that.
Now I think about it, psychology is very important because everything I was just talking about was a form of psychology that they use. Like, to be an elite person, you got to be strong in the psychology area because you're basically reading people, their emotions and stuff like that. I never really thought about that, like how important psychology is. Not till you just said it. Now I started to think about it. Um,
Yeah, and like word psyche actually means soul. So Carl Jung coined the term the psyche, I believe. And when he said psyche in all of his books, he wasn't mean. We think it's our mind, the psyche. We think we think it's mind. But when he was writing these books, he was talking about your soul. So the psyche actually means the soul. So when I think of people doing mind control and psychological mind control, psychological warfare and operations, it is not for our mind, it's for our souls. So I like soul control, but that's not as cool as mind control. That sounds tighter.
all right. So I'm about to let the subscribers ask you 5 questions. I'll pick 5 questions. I'll pin them up on the screen so you can see it. You guys, I'm gonna give you guys 5 questions. I'll pick your 5 questions. To ask Donut. Try
And
to keep it.
whoever you pick first, I'll give them one of these donut boxes. Too hot for the internet.
There you go. So let's go, y'all. Go ahead and ask those questions. Oh, let me see. Oh, here go one. The first one. Oh, no, ain't it? There you go. Doenut and Roberto. How did y'all start your journey in the conspiracy lane? I'll go ahead and go first. I started actually. I mean, I've been a big fan of conspiracies since I was a kid, but I really started myself last year when Kobe Bryant died. Now, Kobe Bryant was like one of my favorite celebrities ever, my favorite basketball player. I was like, damn, like my favorite ever of all celebrities. I love Kobe Bryant. Um, but when he died, it just made me think about things more. And I was like, I was like looking into it, and I was learning about like gematria and all that, how the numbers go together and how things played out. How he had a lawsuit against the big pharma. I believe he was finna get ready to leave Nike. Like so much stuff started adding up and going into it. It made me want to. Once I made that video, I just wanted to keep doing it more. I just kept researching more and more things, and I started learning more. So I just stuck with it and kept going. Almost 2 years later, here I go.
Yeah, that Kobe thing, like just I'm learning even more, like more stuff coming out with that Kobe stuff. Like on the helicopter, the predictive programming of the cartoon where Kobe died in a helicopter crash
Oh
in
yeah, I seen that.
they got the secret society square and compass on there, but they also got this pyramid that looks exactly like the astral world, three pyramids, the three mountains. And there was a video from 2011 where Kobe like throws a, a basketball bomb to like, I don't know who it was, LeBron or someone, in a helicopter, and the helicopter explodes and he watches it go down. So just like that's so weird. And then LeBron just recently got like in trouble for hurting this guy and his eyes bleeding. And it's like total Illuminati eyeball symbolism right there. Like his one eye is just bloody. And it's like, what the heck? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll remember that name, L. Dot Smith 11. That's who won the what was the show it again? Donut, you heard me?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's up?
That's gonna be the winner right there. So we're gonna remember his name.
Okay, L.
Show
Dot
it.
Smith. Yeah, okay, yeah. So you just won a donut VHS box. You don't need a VCR because it's packed with cool stickers, Illuminacho stickers, anti-Illuminati stuff. It's got a bunch of stuff in it. You're gonna
There you
love
go.
it. And
Congratulations, man. Let us know how it is, L. Dot. Go ahead, Donut.
yeah, and one, yeah, it's you're gonna like it. It's dope. And I got into the conspiracy stuff when I was young because but what really set it off was 9/11. That's where like all the dots connected because I went to Berkeley after 9/11. First, I listened to Jello Biafro of Dead Kennedys, like going back to that punk thing. He opened up a Bone Thugs concert in Vegas, and he was talking about the like conspiracy stuff with the government and war. And then I went to Berkeley. This was a long time ago. This is 9/11, like back then. And I would see pictures of George Bush with Osama bin Laden like outfit on. And I don't know what it was, but that connected dots in my subconscious mind that I was all like, this is all connected and all a show. Like George Bush's father coined the New World Order term. Well, he didn't coin that word, but he brought it back into the light on 9/11. And then after that, on 9/11, when his son, who were both part of 322 Skull and Bones, that's when that happened again on 9/11. So I mean the numbers, the dates, yeah. So that was a big thing for me.
All right, let's get us another question. Go up and scroll through. All right, here we go.
Black noise, what's that?
I have no clue what that is neither. Blackberry, we're not gonna count that one because
I know like the white noise is the static, right? Like on the TV, the white noise and the static, and know that ghost and paranormal can travel through the static.
All right, here Here we go. It said, where you learned these conspiracies, Donut?
Just a long journey of researchers reading books, and just connecting the dots. YouTube, Jordan Maxwell, Michael Tessarian, Joseph P. Farrell, all the old school guys. And then, Tupac came out with Illuminati, and I was like a huge thing. And then I was working at this place called Chico's, and I was in the warehouse, and the guy I worked with, he's like, you know what Illuminati is? And I was like, what is it? I know like Tupac Illuminati, but what is it? He's like, picture you join this club, and you sacrifice somebody in your family, and then you wake up in the morning, and then you have as much money in your bank account as possible. So that's kind of like what got me going. And then I've been studying geopolitics for 8 years as well. So on top of that, and so all those things.
All right. Question number 3.
But also, like, you learn about the symbolism, like you learn something, like you see some Saturn symbolism or something like that, and then you just go out in your normal life, just living life, and then you see it, and you're like, I wonder if that means something. And then you see it again, and you're like, "What? I wonder if that means something."
See it everywhere.
Yeah, it's like you once you learn about it, you got the they live glasses on. So cloning, yeah. So cloning is real. I did a Illuminati Invasion of the Clones documentary, and like did this deep dive on it. But this stuff's real, and it connected with Epstein as well. Yeah, in the Zorro. Yeah.
Do you think he killed himself?
No. So like with Epstein, I used to do this little show called Epstein Files, but I had to take them all down because it went into some like dark stuff that I couldn't talk about with the I can't even I don't even want to say the words, but so Epstein, he got arrested plenty of times. People still worked with him even though he was a terrible person. He got arrested finally, and then they transferred him to the Manhattan jail. And then once they transferred him there was a Manhattan blackout. So the entire city went out of electricity when he got transferred to this jail. And they put him into, he didn't die. They took him into protection, like because he's a government asset that gets blackmail for people. That's why all these people are blackmailed, and they can't do anything, and they own all the scientists, and it's connected with the cloning operations in Zorro Ranch. Zorro Ranch, they were harvesting embryos of the elites in these cows, and that's why these elites can live so long. And it's all real. George Bush, so there's this cloning law that you're not supposed to clone. So the government is not allowed to clone, but the private sector can. And then George Bush is like, we're going to end this. But he never did. He never signed it. Like they just, yeah. It's,
all right, let's see. That was number 2. Number 3. I'll do this one. You can get this out the way.
I keep my my personal life private.
All right, there you go. Let's see. I'll just let you read that real quick while I'm looking.
I don't have a question. The hook on it. Number 1 fan. Y'all want the exclusive pack? Don't talk about. I just was on. Oh, thanks, Kelsey. She reserved the VHS box. So like they sold out really quickly. I only have 100 of them.
That's what's up. All right, there you go.
How long will the devil rule over Earth? I'm not sure, but I do know that the Disney's Dalmatians, right? The 101 Dalmatians, like the Cruella de Vil, like the name is Cruel Devil, Cruella de Vil, and devil is pretty much evil with a D in front of it, and good is pretty much God minus an O. So I mean, and the devil is known as the prince of the air, right? The prince of power of the air. And that's like the whole AI thing that I'm been like researching and how it's connected to demons and whatnot. But AI and all this works in the air with the Wi-Fi and all that. So I know that there's something up with it, but I don't know.
All right, get to the next one.
And thank you, Roberto, for hosting this live event.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Oh, did somebody say that in the comment section? All right, here we go.
The biggest imperative is that we are not human. Thoughts on that? How would you handle the info if you ain't human? Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I mean, like we, the, we probably were just like cavemen walking around, and then the Elohim came down and had sex with the women here, and then created us, and that's how we grew. I don't know. There's a lot of different theories on that, but I'm not sure.
All right, we're gonna do two more. I'll do this one real quick. Let's see.
But thank you for the questions. Oh, thank you.
All right, here we go.
So I did like a look into that a couple years ago, and how the Rh negative bloodlines could be connected to like alien DNA and all this. But I mean, that's all I really know about it, is that so a lot of people have this Rh negative bloodline, and the theory is that it's connected to um, some alien DNA, and how all the presidents as well have this bloodline, and it's all connected. I mean, all the presidents, doesn't matter who it is, they're all connected to the royal bloodlines.
All right, and this will be
But
the
there's
last
normal
one, right?
people out there. There's people, like, I did a video on it because I didn't know what it was. It was something new. And the people are like, yo, bro, I have RH bloodline. What the heck? And I was just like, oh, not my bad.
All right, this will be the last one right here.
Some future. Yes, yes, yes. So, like, what we saw, everything on the world stage is an agenda that's been written 100 years ago, and they've written a new agenda. So we're going to see a lot of things change in 2027 and for the 2030 agenda. So 2027 to 2030, that's when things, I mean, everything's already changing quite a bit, but it's going to be with this fake alien invasion. That's part of it. It's just the whole control thing, that, like, just this whole lockdown is a perfect example, like how they could just usher in whatever they want. Like, I
Yeah.
never understood like why people let governments be tyrannical, and then this whole lockdown over the years, I'm like, oh, that's how.
Power.
Yeah.
All right. So don't I'm gonna let the people. I'm gonna let you tell them about your book. I mean your packet or whatever you have. Tell them about your channel. Let them know a little bit about yourself. Go ahead and take yourself out. And
Okay.
me personally, I appreciate you for coming on the channel, taking the time, and definitely be a part two to this. Like, I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed being on the channel. Hopefully, we can do some more videos together.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Roberto. And yeah, I've got a website, YouTube channel. I'll be putting out videos and having a good time doing it. I got a Patreon too. That's a way to support the channel, and I have unreleased content up there, early access, private videos. I wrote this Donut Illuminati book during the lockdown, and it's good, but it's not great. I'm working on a new one that's really good, so I'm going to be releasing that sometime soon. And yeah, you can just follow me and whatnot.
All right, y'all. So make sure y'all go to his channel, subscribe, share his videos. Leave comments. If you came from him, let him know where you came from. And I appreciate everybody's support. Like I said, we'll definitely be doing more of these interviews. Maybe me and him will link up again sometime before the end of the year and get another live in. Hope everybody enjoy it, and we're gonna work towards. Me and Donut gonna work towards getting at least 4 other people in here with us, doing one big conspiracy podcast, man. And hopefully everybody enjoy that. But his channel is Doenut Factory on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to it, that's correct, right? Doenut Factory. So
Yes.
make sure y'all go check him out, man.
Thank you, Roberto.
All right, man. Till next time, I'll see you then. The video, this live should be up within probably 10 to 15 minutes. So if anybody want to check it out, it'll be on the page. And I'll talk to y'all later. All right, Donut.
All right. See you later.
Later.